My man ARP, welcome back.
My guy, fucking Jims, man. Welcome
Yes,
back. I'm
sir.
glad you back. You know what I'm saying? You had a little hiatus. Life is life, but we here.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Gotta knock the dust off. You're gonna get hit with the pitch. What does that mean? You never play baseball again? You go back up there and you swing, and you know what I mean? So life is looking great
I
right now.
like that. That's a polo. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, good looks.
I
I
like
got
that.
a
I like that.
I got a whole have a very important blog coming out on Wednesday, and everybody stay tuned for that. And many things, man. It was able to just be able to step away and understand that you focus on the things you can control because everything else is meaningless. If it's out of your control, you drive yourself crazy trying to dictate the way someone might should think or you want them to think. That's not up to you. It's up to you to just focus on what you can control and move forward. And now I have full control of everything that I felt like I was losing. My mind is right. My fitness is getting great. And actually, I would like to start there, man. ARP is somebody who, clear as day, you keep your shit right. You know what I'm saying? Fit guy since I met you, probably your whole life and things like that. And we spoke about fasting. You play a role in like me doing the fasting. I remember you suggested that a while back and things like that. So just a question for you on a fitness tip. Like, how do you what is your do you intermittent fast or do you pay attention like, yo, I'm not eating. So me, I don't eat till 2 p.m. and I know I can't eat past 8 p.m. And I'm fasting those 18 hours and I'm eating in a 6 hour window like that, like strategically, or do you like commonly like you just so happen to fast because you wake up at 6 a.m. and you ain't hungry till 1? Like, what exactly do you do? And part two to that is how are you able to still like explain to the people how you are able to still maintain a good physique, put on muscle, even though people like, what, you're not eating for 18 hours, where's the pro? Like, you can put it all in that frame. So what do you do? What's your
Appreciate
routine?
that. So, first thing, as far as intermittent fasting and being able to put on muscle, I can't attest to that. I've never done it. If you work out with me and you see me like in a tank top or whatever, if I throw up a gym pic and whatever, because that's I think when people see like, oh, you kind of in a decent shape, whatever the case may be. I can't really attest to putting on any amount of muscle while I started intermittent fasting because I only started intermittent fasting for the first time probably like 2 to 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I really would say that the majority of the muscle that I carry is really from muscle memory. The fact that I started working out when I was about 19, 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? So you work out that long, it doesn't go anywhere. I didn't dislocate my elbow one time, and I was like, I was barely able to work out the way that we would normally work out with an injury like that for fucking damn near a year. You know what I'm saying? I done broke fingers before. I done fucked up my back deadlifting that fucked me up for like 6, 7 months or whatever. But my muscle memory, my muscle stayed with me for the most part. It's called muscle maturity and muscle memory. So I can't really get on this camera and tell y'all like, yo, I definitely have put my body through a point where I've gained a lot of muscle while intermittent fasting.
But have
Can
you
it be
lost
done?
muscle while fasting?
I absolutely have, but that was my fault. And that's because people really don't pay attention to how much protein they consume. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, very easy to slip on the amount of protein that your muscles need to either maintain where you're at or continue. Protein and water are the building blocks of really your muscles for the most part. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So like a lot of people skip the amount of protein that it takes to actually maintain their muscle, even when they're intermittent fasting. Now, speaking of intermittent fasting, it's wild because the first time I ever tried it, I went all the way to the extreme. Some people start out by just like, all right, let me push back my breakfast. Let me try skipping my breakfast. Let me try going 16 hours. You know what I'm saying? Let me try going 18 hours. My very first time fasting, I went straight to OMAD. What that means for people is 1 meal a day. OMAD, right? I went straight to that. And I have that type of mind power and willpower to be so self-motivated where I was able to jump into the deep end when I first tried out fasting. And that right there, I got extreme results. Simply put, because at the end of the day, it's kind of the easiest way to perform calorie restriction. You know what I'm saying? The easiest way to worry about or to think about losing fat is calories in versus calories out. When you eat one meal a day, it's very, 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 very hard to take in more calories than you expend, especially if you're training and doing cardio. So somebody like me that might be doing cardio, burning calories anywhere from like 300 to 700 per session, plus physical training, then I'm not eating all day and only having that one fucking meal. And let's say my daily caloric intake just to maintain, regardless, let's say if I already had like a 2,000 calorie buffer there alone for my body size. So it's very easy for me to lose weight when I was doing OMAD. The problem with OMAD is it's very, very tough to sustain.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, we have lives, we have lifestyles. We wanna hang out when we eat. We want to go to a resort and have a nice lunch or a nice breakfast. Some might want to party, you might want to drink. The lifestyle fucks you up. One thing that I've never been able to get over, no matter how strong I got into my fasting, was getting rid of my urges and my cravings. A lot of people say your body adapts to a degree, it does, but I don't care if I was intermittent fasting and doing OMAD for 4 or 5 months straight. Sooner or later, your cravings kick in. For me personally, your cravings kick in. So I think that it's a great tool to use at certain times, especially if you want to regenerate your cells, if you kind of want to clear up your body a little bit, if you want to clean up your gut a little bit, clean up your intestines a little bit, get into something like OMAD, I think is beautiful. But at the same time, the best diet is the one that you could stay with. And OMAD for me, sooner or later, I was going to break. So then I got into 2MAD, 2 meals a day. That one works very well. Currently, what I'm doing is I switch things out. Like I'll make it to like a Saturday and Sunday and do an OMAD. I might come to a Monday and have like a crazy back day Monday morning, and then I'll eat a breakfast right away. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm really doing a type of intermittent fasting that's not set in stone, which allows me to have lifestyle, which allows me to still get some of those calorie restrictions, get some of the cell regeneration, clean my gut up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I still pay attention to my protein intake, helps my sleep, all of those areas, but I'm not sticking to some hardcore strict schedule that sooner or later I'm going to fuck up on. So I'm mixing in all these different areas of all the wins, and that's what's working for me right now. But it's all about trial and error, man, because I've had success doing everything. Success eating 3 times a day, success
Yeah.
eating multiple meals a day, success doing OMAD, success doing 2MAD. I've
Yeah.
had success doing everything. So,
Whatever
you just got
works.
to try it out.
Yeah, whatever works for you, trial and error is big. And one of the biggest
Yeah.
things he says is sustainability of doing
Yes.
certain things.
Yeah.
Understand this: if there was one correct diet, it would just be called the diet that everyone followed. This would work for
Everybody do it.
everybody, but it
Yeah.
doesn't work that way. Like me personally, the fasting is working out great for me. I fast 18 hours, I eat for 6. And what he's saying is too, just correct me if I'm wrong. When you did OMAD, all your daily macros were in that meal. That's sitting. All the protein you needed, everything you needed, your calories, everything.
No, no, not what you needed. That hold on. I think that's another thing about OMAD too, where it's not easy for people. So if you track a daily amount of macros that you want to get in, your fats, your carbs, your proteins, for example, your fiber, whatever, right? It's not easy to get it into one meal. You know what I'm saying? Some people do OMAD and they try to eat this huge king meal, and even that within itself isn't that healthy because putting that much food in your body at once, you drive your insulin levels all the way through the roof. You know what I'm
Insulin
saying?
is everything, yeah. Insulin is
Yeah, and yeah,
everything.
and if you're in an insulin increased uh period in your body, that's when fat storage starts to happen. All right,
Right.
you actually can start to burn fat when your insulin levels is down. So
Mhm.
that type of meal, not only is it driving your insulin through the roof, but it makes it very, very hard to get those good amount of portions of your macros in that actually need to sustain. So if they say you need X amount of protein per pound that you weigh, you know what I'm saying, or gram of protein that you weigh, for example, you're not going to get that in one
Yeah.
meal, or it's very,
Yeah.
very hard to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Then you
so
got to
for
worry
that,
about things like acid reflux and all that type
yeah.
of shit from the big meals. So it's
And the
not easy.
body
Not easy.
tracking, like even me, like to this day, like when I go, because say I want to eat at a certain time, but then I get busy at work. Now 18 turn into 20. You can't. I don't just sit there and bust down my carne egg whites or whatever, my salad or my turkey burgers, whatever it is that I'm eating. I start off with a bone broth. Like you're reintroducing your body to food again, your stomach. So I'll tell you this, not to sound whatever. Anytime I eat something heavy after a long fast, I'm blowing the back of the bowl out. Like my body's like, yo, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And again, with the extremes is I would suggest this. If you have a vacation coming up, go for OMAD. But again, because that's not a sustainable thing, it's tough. But if you eat in one meal a day for 6 days, 2 weeks, whatever, your vacation coming up, you're trying to lean out, look good with your shirt off, go for it. But at the end of the day, it's trial and error of what works for you.
Yeah.
What works for
Real talk.
ARP might not work for you. And just before we get off the subject, I want to say, point it out that, I'm not saying it's ego lifting, but did you see how he got hurt? How his back deadlifting? How I've messed up my back? 3 plate and bent over rows, things that are so unnecessary. Check that shit. I'm telling you guys right now that yes, it's cool. Like, yo, James, could you lift this? Could you do that? Yeah, I could do it. I'm pretty experienced. I'm a strong guy. I could do it. But the most results I'm seeing is a clean diet, high reps, volume, sweating my ass off in the gym, and really going in there and putting out my all. Not caring about, if a shorty's walking by, go ahead, grab the 40s real quick. But I mean, overall, just do what works for you, and just focus on your health, because at the end of the day, that's all we have. Longevity, easy to block.
Health is wealth. I don't think
Oh
you've ever done
my
one of those with somebody.
God. All right. So
He
I
does his
seen I
intro
seen
with somebody. That's dope.
I see I seen easy to block. Let's just be honest. I have people debating me this on my channel. He's the hottest out right now. It is what it is. Big K, huge hype behind the A-Ward battle, about to battle Murder Mook. Murder Mook is Murder Mook. You got this guy over here, this guy over there. Right now, easy to block. You got John the Don is taking loans from his mother's house to battle him. Like, this guy is everything right now. It is what it is. He's getting ARP to do interviews. He's interviewing people he shouldn't be interviewing. He might be interviewing the guy in the corner right now. Salute to Easy and everything that he's doing. But what I did see in an interview with you was the talks of him coming to RBE, possibly, if maybe hypothetically, and the hypothesis that was thrown out there saying if Easy comes, it has to be under maybe here's a couple of battles, here's a couple of ideas. Now, from you, nothing that's locked in, no signing this. If it was up to you, ARP, Easy to Block Captain walks in the building, and he puts the pressure on you, you can give the answer. You're the only person. Who's Easy to Block Captain's first battle on RBE? Up to ARP.
Everybody's asking me for Geechee versus Easy to Block, man. So if Easy walks through the RBE doors, that might have to be the first one.
Okay.
If I needed a backup plan to that, because you never know how negotiations go, you never know how timing goes, you never know if a battle's already locked in, you never know if we're trolling, you never know if we're negotiating. Who knows? But let's say hypothetically nothing is done and we're negotiating, or we will negotiate. Let's say hypothetically, right? The backup plan to that would be probably the winner of May 6th, the winner of Big K versus Murder Mook.
This is the people are arguing with me if this is the hottest guy out right now. You got Geechee Gotti trying to get his spot back by wanting this battle with Easy. He wants this battle. He needs this battle. I say, Geechee, sit down for a little bit. For God's sakes, just put a mask on your podcast. We don't want to see you no more. 5 years in a row, enough. Salute to Geechee. He's super fire. Got fake locked up when we were supposed to battle back in the day. Maybe did get locked up. I don't know. Battle rap jail. Sucks. Salute to that league too. Kept my ticket and my money. But not cool. But Geechee Gotti versus Easy to Block. I like it. That's dope. I feel like it's up to Easy to Block Captain to dictate that. And if I'm Easy to Block Captain, with all due respect, I'm saying, hey, RP, these are the two options you give me. Geechee might have to wait. Or is he gonna try to take Geechee out right now? This is all right. So people don't get confused. I'm a fan of Geechee. I think Geechee is super, super fire. But in order for us to get that scary Geechee back, that man needs to stay off of the stage. Yes, he needs to stay off that stage, and he has to have that small room energy where it's like, yo, that Cali accent could soar, and you might just maybe get robbed at that venue. I need that Geechee, that feeling. But as far as the winner of Murder Mook and Big K, I love that. Big K deserves whoever he could get, whoever you want. Like, Big K's been putting in so much groundwork with RBE. He's one of those. If you ask me, Big K, you got it. He's earned that. And as far as Murder Mook, hello, we call me out of it. I'll battle Mook. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't want to do that because I don't want to do Mook like that. But salute to Easy, salute to that. But I want to do an honorable mention in there, and I'm even gonna keep it. He's a grown man; he can handle this. I'm gonna say this: Listen, cool. It's Geechee, then it's Big K, then it's Murder Mook, or Geechee, Mook, and Big K. I just got to tell you, just from that street feel, that jail talk, all that, I need two dirty, filthy mess hall jail speakers, and I'm not mad. I need
Jail speakers.
Easy versus Show Off. Easy versus Show Off is a
It's a
battle.
dope one.
That's a
It's a
battle,
dope
and
one.
I'm cool with saying, nah, we get it. It's a business, popularity, politics, and bullshit. Let's get those three out the way. Let's do an Easy Geech. Let's do a Mook. I need Show Off on that list. I think that dirty, grimy, razor in your butthole made out of a toothbrush talk is just what we need. I want to hear some jail versus jail. Easy just going against civilians and shit. I want to hear some prison talk against prison talk. Like, I'll get my phone calls, bitch. I want to see that. So
That's another one that got to be in a small room because just to hear them guys talk that type of talk, yeah, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I love that matchup. I love that matchup.
Definitely. Now, moving on, let's stick to the matchups. Cassidy, what's going
My God,
on?
Cass.
The energy.
Cass, what up?
The energy.
Cass, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
He's been proven to have. There's no face-off great. Cassidy, you get your money's worth on a damn face-off with this guy. He's running around. He's saying, he's going on interviews saying that he's the face of a battle rap. Cassidy's on a interview tour right now, like he about to drop a single or something. He doing a lot. I like
Gotta respect that. Nobody's even hearing about a Cassidy battle that's coming up or booked, and look how much he's outside. People, like, he keeps trying to show people the game of what it takes to. Anyway, fuck it.
If Max Out returns, would a headliner Cassidy versus Murder Mook be something that you would be interested in making happen? This is now, before you answer, I need you to understand a backstory and everybody to understand. Cassidy versus Mook had one of the biggest hype ups ever in battle. When Cassidy was untouchable, dropping hits, but still talking shit as the arrogant son of a bitch he is. Murder Mook was calling Cassidy out. They was talking about 10,000. Yo, we couldn't get. Yo, Mookie was like, yo, we can't get 50. We got 20 though. Or we couldn't get 20. We got to whatever it was. He was like, yo, these were DVDs on the DVD. Like, yo, we in the Mook was like, yo, we in the streets with it. We in the hood with it. We put together 10 for you. Or to what's up? Like this battle getting close to like that going down. That tension of like, at that time, to bring that back. This is not Freeway who's going to get obliviated on a stage. We're talking about Murder Mook now. We don't want to hear all that French shit. Cassidy can't play both sides, and he never does. It's F everybody. I'm the best. You fuck all that Rough Rider, Mook was nobody cares about none of that. Stu DMX, rest in peace to go. But what I'm saying is this: we don't care about that. This is battle rap. I'm still hyped to see a Cassidy versus Murder Mook. Could that be something you interested in booking for a headliner for Max Out?
I hate that I might sound like I'm trying to throw away that big intro you just gave, that big dramatic intro, because everything you just said, I agree with, is dope. Unfortunately, though, I don't know how public it is and how much the culture knows or heard this already. It's been stated many, many times. That battle has come and gone. It's over. They don't want to battle each other anymore. They will not battle each other anymore. It's done.
Why?
It's just where those two guys stand about them battling each other at this point.
So Cassidy, so you think so Cassidy versus T-Rex is more probable?
1000% more probable. Absolutely more probable. Even Mook and Cassidy was the battle that we was going after before Cassidy and Charlie Clips was a thing. And this was me on the phone with the money and the contracts ready to go and start moving around with Murder Mook and Cassidy saying, get me somebody else. We're not battling each other.
Friends, and then the ones you can depend
on. and then the conversation became Cassidy and Clips, and I forget the conversation I started having with Mook after. But sometimes that type of shit happens, and then you end up with something that's even better. You know what I'm saying? That's how Hitman and Cassidy happened. You know what I'm saying?
We all knew it was Cassidy or Hollow or Cassidy versus Clips. So Max Out 4, we got Cassidy versus
4.
Charlie.
He didn't even go to 3. He said 4.
Oh, 3? 3? We don't got a third out?
We don't. And what's so funny is
Well, you
everybody's saying
blue-roomed
divide and
us
conquer.
to death. No max out 3?
Everybody's saying divide and conquer 2 looks like a max out. Like why y'all put this in a small room? Why y'all ain't just call this max out? Like, nah, we only did 2, man. We only did 2.
Okay, all right,
We only
Max.
did
Okay,
2.
so Cassie, my fault. Thank you for correcting me. Cassie versus Charlie Clips, Max out 3. All right, so moving on. I was
Clips, you better beat Raw if you trying to get Cassidy.
yeah,
Well, Raw wants Cassidy too. Now that I think about it,
who
Raw.
who Rosenberg.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm not
What
mad
if
at
what if
nobody, bro.
Cassidy took the winner of that battle?
Yeah,
May 6th.
I'm not mad for anybody. Which that Raw wants. You know what I'm saying, he's been putting in his work at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I'm not arguing that at all. Salute to him. ARP. I heard a rumor about what Mook wanted to battle on RBE, and this rumor might have be less of rumor, more of a fact, because I think it came from the owner of RBE last time we spoke some months back. And now that we have, I'm paying very close attention because you see people, we have Murder Mook versus Big K, but every other day, ARP is saying, hey, who you want to see Mook against after this? The winner of this gets this. And
Ah,
so what is this talk about? So Murder Mook might be here to stay. So we'll be wishful thinking because he already gave up that. So we know we're gonna see Mook again on RBE after this. Wonderful, fantastic. But did ARP pay Murder Mook a salary to be a part of this RBE roster? Because that is what Murder Mook was
he
asking.
said a salary. I think that was a good setup you just did. That was dope. That was a good question. And you pay attention the way you link that together. Um, People saw me do a live or a blog saying, "Yo, Murder Mook, I got it. It was either a 3 or 4 battle deal for you." Matter of fact, it was a 4 battle deal that I offered him, but I also know that of the 4 battles, one of them won't happen. The same way you got Murder Mook versus Cassidy won't happen. Um, Mook versus Hollow won't happen. That's another ship that has sailed, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I offered Mook basically, realistically, a 3 battle deal. Um, I said Big K deserves to be in the conversation. He's at his peak. He's coming off of what people say is one of his best, if not his best performance ever. He deserves it. The man is incredible. Or Hitman and what was the other? Oh, Ill Will, right?
Okay.
So all of a sudden, RBE comes out and we announce a Murder Mook battle, right? So even when y'all think I'm trolling, there could be shit that's going on. So I kind of want to leave it there. Like if I just start offering deals to people and then all of a sudden that person pops up and he's booked, it's possible that we discuss some type of deal behind the scenes before we start promoting that the man is coming back to RBE. So stay tuned. But at the same time, I will say this, regardless of whether Mook has signed a multi-deal or not, the outcome of May 6th with Big K is very, very important to what happens next.
This is exciting. I haven't
I'm just keeping it, I'm telling you the truth here. The outcome
yeah,
of May 6th is very, very important to what happens next.
I like Atlanta. They like me. Shout out my people in Atlanta. My man Coach Nels.
ATL, ATL, ATL,
Man
ho.
Coach Nels opened up his new gym and all that. Professional fucking powerlifter Savage, my dog out there. Couple other people who rock with your boy. Hey. Um we got the events going down, but it makes me think me in Atlanta and not being a part of a card and things going left and not working out or what I want to do, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Should we go on this run, go on that? Somebody who I built a bulk of my career with, I want to ask you, and I don't really want it's never like that kind of response. Do you think my battle career over?
Fuck no. Not only if you wanted it to be.
Only if I want it to be. So what
One
do
one
you
of the
do?
main one of the main reasons why gyms is battle rap career isn't over is because Jim's, even off the stage, since his last battle, I don't remember how long ago it's been. Is it Cicero?
Yeah.
So it's about a year, right? So Jim's has still remained relevant. Like there's people that haven't battled, like let's say in a year, and their names don't even come to people's minds. Like it would take some league owner to be extremely creative to be like, yo, guess who we found? And then they'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
Jim's
yeah.
is still right here. He's right here. If Jim's cuts on a camera today and says, yo, I'm about to go live with ARP, cuts on a camera and says, yo, tune in tomorrow. I got a dope block that's dropping. Or tunes in next week. Yo, by the way, I'm coming back in June and here's my battle. People's gonna be like, okay, cool. And they're gonna receive it with the same energy because you're right here and you kept relevance. So that's why that was almost like no disrespect. I'm keeping it real. Like that was like a stupid question. Right. I was just like, nah, there's battle rap only if you want
Well,
it to be.
well, you know what it is. It's not a stupid question. It's like it's what I question my. All right, because you know what it is. Sometimes you get a little like it was like major things plus minor things all happening at once with me right now. This wasn't something that was like dwelled upon, but it was like, damn, like we tried this battle with this person, didn't go down, and then we tried this battle. All right, yo, we could make this happen, but yo, I think it'll be better. Oh, I already made the blog on that. So we was the B Magic. We realized Coach Corleone would be better against them. Let's go Carter Deems. And then the Carter Deems joint didn't go
Why
down.
are you saying that?
I
Why are
already
you
said it. I
saying that?
already did a blog on it. I already did a blog
And you
on it.
said Deems?
Yeah, of course I did. Everybody was hyped for it, and they still will be again. We're not dealing with the non-responders, but anyway, what I'm saying is, you know what the people didn't know is if they put this together, and besides putting together the fact that ARP doesn't watch Jim's blogs, things are right, and friends like you and needs enemies. But you can tell me what Norm is up to. But
I was just texting you about your fucking blog yesterday. But anyway, what a piece of shit. There's a lie on my name like that.
see this guy. My God,
What a
my
piece of shit. We
God.
texted yesterday. You're gonna say that on camera. What a good guy this guy is.
Um, you know what I was doing? Well, you don't know, so I'm going to tell you. But people who do rock with me actually do know. I
What
was
a piece
rapping.
of shit. That
I,
P is for piece of shit.
I was,
It's,
I was,
it's crazy, yo. That's
I was
crazy.
rapping. I was rapping in like, yo, I rapped like in 7 blogs straight. I don't know. It was like I was about to start making it my new thing. It was like, yo, um, it started with the Kid Slade situation. I was like
I
out
saw
of no,
that.
I just thought
I saw
about
that.
pause, yeah, and like, and I did that because not only because I was like, I was already writing what I was writing, like, because I'd be writing, but I was like, I knew we were talking about making a battle happen. I wanted to stay sharp. I wanted to actually put a reel out there and see if the people even cared to hear mine because I kind of had a new sound, the way I was jumping in pockets. Yo, I probably never got so much positive feedback, and I was just rapping like a 16 off the top on everything I love, just right there in the moment, was getting better reactions than my actual joint. So that also told me things would, sound better, be better, but it didn't go down. But I was just saying, I was just long story long to connect. I only was doing that because it was like I was in the seat of field. Everyone's like, yo, we gotta see you back in the ring. And then if we would announce me in the ring, I would have had momentum behind me with the fans. And then instead,
But none
so
of that has to stop. But anyway, you said all of that to say what,
no, I was just curious. When you're done with your murder mooks and all that, I knew ARP when he had a ponytail and wore sandals, and now suddenly you're like, Mr. Hollywood. Oh my God, you booked Mook and Cassidy. Good for you. You fucking forget the bricks for real. The guy made new bricks. How many floors do you need? We were there. I thought so. My last question before I get upset with you is, I wasn't around for this. I wasn't around for the compromised medias, right? What is the here laughing? The
I'm letting you
compromise.
live on your channel, dog. I'm letting you live. Go ahead.
Compromise. And so, hey, man, prove the people wrong. Get me on one of these cards, and you. I swear to you, if you mention me battling one of your up and I would block your phone and we're done. I'm done. They're God. Not like that. You know what I'm talking about. Like I salute to Payne. That's my dude. Like I want to see him. I want to see him shine. I know Coach Corleone. Like when I see them and remember how bad I wanted it, I see it with them. That's dope. But don't battle me. I'm not doing nothing for your career. I need someone for my career. You're not doing nothing for me. So maybe down the line, guys. Compromise media. What is that? I wasn't around for it. I was
Yo,
MIA.
yeah, compromised media is not new, man. Compromised media is something that is has existed, shit, not even just in battle rap, in all arenas, right? There's compromised media everywhere. I think it's just got legs because certain people started talking about it recently, and it's just becoming a little bit more clear of the over bias. But you're asking when did it start? You're asking what it is. To me, in battle rap specifically, what compromised media is are people that purposefully don't remain objective, purposefully carry push said people's narratives. That could be me. If I call gyms and I say, "Yo, everybody hates uh this one SK battle that I'm about to drop. Yo, do me a favor, get on your channel and tell everybody that it's the best matchup that you've ever heard of." You know what I'm saying? You're compromised. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't do that. Like I watch some of your blogs when you speak on RBE topics or topics involving me, and you keep it real. You'll say, "Yo, you know what? I disagree that ARP did this, but I also agree that he did that." You're not compromised. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't call you, and I don't call you and be like, "Yo, take that blog down."
Yeah.
That's compromise. I don't call you and be like, "Yo, do another blog and change that narrative for me." No shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like so
Yeah.
all of those
Yeah.
is forms of I think the battle rap culture um is very clear that we have ceilings over us. Like people at times have tried to even get rid of some of the media in battle rap. There was one time when people were losing channels. You remember that? YouTube
More than
channel?
most. Yep. Lost
Oh yeah,
my
you
channel.
remember that.
My
There was
channel was
this
taken
there
out. I heard some names involved with it too, but bygones be bygones.
yeah, I'm not
Hate's
going
gonna
there, I'm
hate
not
and
going
heat's
there.
gonna hate.
I'm not going there. I'm just
Give either.
reminding people some history. You know, there was times where certain media were being asked not to be in certain buildings. Um, but I think the battle rap culture being such a niche market continue to show that no matter how big you think you are as a platform or a battler, all of our bloggers and our media are still very impactful. They're still very important, right? And I think people accepted the fact that you can't get rid of the media, you can't get rid of the bloggers, whether you like them or not. You know what I'm saying? And not only can we not get rid of them, but we need them more than we thought that we would need them. So I guess the better approach is actually embed our thoughts or our narratives in them, right? And that's why you got certain people in this culture where it almost seems like part of their job description is to call bloggers on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like you're aware of this. You know what I'm saying? Other bloggers are aware of this. There are some bloggers that literally say these league owners' names very frequently. Well, they're not even owners, but say people's names very frequently in blogs. They're like, yo, I got for this person, this person, this person. They say it very frequently. That's not because these guys are friends or anything like that. It's because these guys can't let a single day go by without calling the bloggers or the media to push their narratives. Right. And there's nothing wrong with keeping relationships, building rapport, and trying to get your message out there. There's nothing wrong with that. That's I guess that's actually a smart thing to do. But when media or blogger takes that message, whether it's true or not, or biased or not, or whether they did their own homework to it or not, and just says, all right, this is what I'm going to spin as if it's my opinion and put it out there to my fan base or to the culture, that's compromised media. It's basically like the puppeteer shit. You're
Mhm.
saying it, but there's somebody above you dangling the strings. And some of that should be so clear to me. So that's
So
what compromised
that was
media is.
great. Yeah, like I literally like it. That was a perfect breakdown for that without any. And it's funny you mentioned about certain entities that weren't allowed certain places, and I'm gonna say this without naming them either, but it's good, not allowed, but we're told not to. It's good that would you agree that over time that stopped all the media that matters that does interviews rock with RBE and everywhere else.
What do you mean? Did it stop over time? It was stop.
Like did it? Because I remember like certain people, certain like brands not covering RBE as much as they do now, like at the events.
Um, nah. I think RBE over the years has had our fair share of coverage. I do know personally some bloggers that have been in pocketed sometimes. I know some media at times that has been requested to not say certain things or cover certain things.
Would
Some
you choose
bloggers
to
that,
not name drop of who would you say is compromised? Is that the
yeah,
what you
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
into?
I'm off name dropping
Okay.
anybody that I feel is
So,
compromised,
but
because
so,
then
but they
all they're
but they
gonna do
are
is
people.
argue with me, and I'm not in the mood to argue right now. I'm too focused on trying to stay away from some of that shit right now.
Respect. So
This shit is on 3 fucking percent. I'm gonna talk until it crashes. It's all good.
what about
Fuck
perfect,
that.
perfect. We'll do it that way because this is the last. What
Yeah, I'm
about
gonna talk till it crashes. Fuck it.
what about? Do you would it be okay for somebody to be paid off to not fuck with you?
I think there's a difference between being hired to
No,
do a
no, paid
particular.
off like on
No,
some
I know
like
what you said. I know what you said.
yeah.
I know what you said. I think there's a difference between being hired and paid off. I think you're right to be paid off to do something too, like get your money. You know what I'm saying? Like it just depends how you want to carry your brand, and what you want to cover and how you want to cover it. And everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Like me, um, I can't be purchased in any form. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people are entitled to do what they do. Um, I think it would be very weird though if anybody looks in somebody's face. Let's say I'll use me for example. Like, don't look in my face, look in my eyes and say I fuck with you, I support you, and all that type of shit. And then if you accept anything that goes against that, then you're compromised and you're a weird person. So, I say it like that on a more general scale.
Okay, all right, bet. Because I just feel like I was mentioning in my blog the other day. I'm like, people in general in life, there'll be people that like only fucks with you
Yo,
as
if you
much as
want,
they
I could get an adapter. This
as
is
much
gonna
as they.
crash. This is gonna
As
crash. You want me to get a charger?
Go ahead.
Because this is gonna crash, dude.
So yeah, man, just to keep it going. There's gonna be people out. You just have to watch out. Steel sharpens steel. One hand wash the other. All those old school lines and things like that. It really does apply. Like don't like things should be mutual. That's what builds respect. That's what builds friendships. And you have to watch out for these people. It's easier with this shit like that. Like the other day where I'm talking about like certain like this is all like a business, a bunch of associates as far as who I was actually what I'm saying? You'd be lucky to have a less than a handful of people you actually rock with. But you just keep your eyes open, man. Don't be compromised and understand like if someone doesn't have your best interests at heart and they're just using you for their greater interest, stay away from those people. That goes down for people you might have around you, you know what I mean? Like even myself, I had to distance myself from people who I knew for many years because like they're not serving me a positive purpose anymore to be around them. So like, you just gotta be careful and aware of those situations. Not all friendships are meant to hold on to. Too often we hold on to um time. You knew this person for this long or whatever. So